Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am back with another video. If you guys watched my last video, I was pretty much talking about the most recent known foreigner getting drugged and robbed using Tinder. If you guys did not know, there's a lot of Facebook pages or forums that some people will post up warning other people. Now, I blocked out some of the information because just to kind of save people their privacy and respect to a certain extent. This is just on a public thing. I think this Facebook group is closed, so anybody can find the Facebook group. If you guys want to get the information, you guys can do your own research. But this kind of goes on to the more videos that I'm going to plan on talking about. So this area, this robbery, where this robbery happened, was right next to the park in Provenza, near the park. You have to be very careful about walking or wherever you're walking at night, even when you're like with one or two people. If you're in a bigger group than like 3 people, most of the time there's a less possibility of something happening to you. But if you're solo, or I've seen a lot of like people in just 2 people walking together, things happen to them. Sometimes 3. So this guy posted and he said, for those who live in La Linde area near Hotel 10 Park, be careful. A couple of friends were stabbed last night in front of the D1 supermarket by 5 guys to steal their phones and purse. These guys came up from the bushes in the drainage canal. There was no communication by the thieves. They didn't give a chance for our friends to hand over their stuff. They just ambushed them with a knife, forcefully taking everything, and escaped again down the drainage canal. Been here 7+ years and never had anything happen, but it's pretty clear crimes like this are getting out of control. If that doesn't tell you how bad it is here and how dangerous it can be, then you gotta properly ask yourself, like, what is dangerous to you? So if you look at this picture in Provenza, like on the outsides, like somewhat in the middle but somewhat on the outsides, there's a lot of these like very bushy tree areas, and obviously a sidewalk on one side, another sidewalk on the other. Most of the time, one side of the sidewalk is a lot more open and clear, and then the other side is kind of bushy. You have to be very careful walking at night. You have to think that the Venezuelans, Colombians that live here, they know that all the foreigners come to Provenza or Parque Lieres, and you have to understand that they're going to go where the money is. So you have situations like this where you literally have people hiding in the bushes waiting for a solo person to walk by, or 2 people, or sometimes a group of people. And if you don't know any Spanish, normally they'll just try to like say, hey, give me your phone, da da da, telephone, they'll just say stuff like that. But it's kind of crazy that these guys, they didn't talk, according to this guy, they didn't talk or anything. They just ambushed them with knives, forcefully taking everything. So they were obviously probably waiting there because they knew that some tourists were going, or foreigners were going to walk down that street because it's probably a popular, not so popular, because I don't think they would hide in the bushes like that. But I'm pretty sure, like, in that Provenza area, there's like a couple of like streets, very dark areas, bushy areas, and most of the time, tourists or foreigners get a Airbnb close to there or a hotel. So they were probably just waiting for that one random person to kind of walk by, and that's just how it happens. And you have to kind of think that, I'm trying to remember exactly where this is, but I'm pretty sure over to the left is where you start going towards all like the clubs and discos and things like that. If I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And you know, it's, you wouldn't expect it to happen when there's a lot of people, but you're misunderstanding like some of the people that live here. They will go on the outskirts. They will go on the outskirts where they will hide, they'll wait, and they'll be on a street that not a lot of people are walking on. Maybe 10 people every hour or so. Something like that. It's just a rough estimate compared to hundreds of people in the same area. You have to be very careful about what you do at night and where you go if you're alone and things like that. You can't. A lot of people say that they have street smarts, but when they start drinking, the stupid shit happens, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna walk home." It's probably not the best idea to do it. I'll be the first to admit that I've done it a couple times, where even my Airbnb when I first got here was like a 2-minute walk. It probably wasn't the best idea for me to walk at 3 a.m. in the morning, even 2 minutes down the street. Even though it's super close where the police are and things like that, it probably wasn't worth it because anything could happen. It doesn't matter if I'm very aware of my surroundings or anything like that. So you always have to take those things into account. When you're walking around at night, don't walk out with your phone just looking at it while walking. You're probably going to get robbed. And the very dangerous part about this is that a lot of people have a automatic reaction for somebody trying to rob them. And the most dangerous part is that a lot of the times when you try to fight these people, even sometimes if you don't even fight these people and you give them what they want, they will kill you. And that's just the reality of it. So, you know, my best suggestion to you guys is try your best not to walk home solo. If you are going to do it, make sure that you can get home where there's a lot of people walking. It greatly reduces the chances. Don't go down no dark sidewalk where you barely see anybody. Don't walk out with your phone. Like, a lot of people walk out with their phone and they're paying attention to it, not paying attention to their surroundings. And certain people see that, and you're probably going to have a problem. Don't get drunk and be stupid. I get it, you just want to get home and things like that, but it's not worth your life. And walk with a purpose. You gotta, like, every place that I go, even if I'm walking solo here, I walk with a purpose. Like, I don't walk out with my phone in my hand. I might take it out for a quick second just to glance at it, but most of the time it's in my pocket. I'm like speed walking. I don't just sit there and just casually like just walk around, especially on the streets outside of Yeres or Provenza. I just I go exactly where I want to go. I just walk with a purpose. I pay attention to my surroundings and things like that. Um, but once again, you can greatly minimize the risk of things happening to you if you pay attention to your surroundings. You don't take out your phone and just casually walk around with it in your hand. Don't go down any dark roads or alleys or sidewalks where you barely see anybody walking. Uh, I think that's like the best like advice. If it comes down to just walking home, it's probably the best advice. There's been a couple of other incidents this year alone of things happening right outside of Provenza and Yeres, of people walking close by and they get robbed. I don't think any in the past like 2 or 3 months they've died, but they've been robbed multiple times, and the people that are doing the robbing will wait on the outskirts of Provenza on these like dark roads, dark alleys, and things like that, waiting to find somebody. And then the other thing that you have to be very, very careful about is these robbers have spotters that walk around. They might see you at like a disco, or they might see you at one of like the sports bars. If you're wearing jewelry or a nice watch, or just even giving signs of being drunk, they'll sit there and walk outside and just pay attention and see who could be their next target. And then once you leave and they see that you're walking, they'll call up their buddy and be like, hey, this guy's walking towards your guys' way. He's pretty drunk. He had a nice watch on, things like that. And that's how you kind of get set up in that sense also. So even when I leave Provenza or Xeres, I call my Uber before I leave. So I'm not waiting out on the streets at all. Like I'm not gonna sit there and do that. Even if it's for 1 minute, I make sure the Uber is there, parked where I told him to meet me at, and then once he's there, I'll tell him, hey, I'm on my way, and I'll go. That way it's just a straight walk there. I'm not stopping for anything, and I'm not waiting on the side of the road. It's all about just minimizing your risk, and just trying to be safe. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys kind of learned a little bit more. I'm gonna keep trying to do these videos. I have to do like a lot of searching of kind of trying to like catch up and things like that, since I'm just starting the channel. But I'm just giving you guys my opinion on things. My opinion could be wrong, but I'm just basing it off of my personal experience of being here, or the things that I've seen, and how I've been here for almost a year, and I haven't been drugged. I haven't been robbed. I've never had anything bad happen to me, but I just minimize my risks to the best ability. So I'm hoping that these videos can kind of help you guys realize how dangerous it is here, and how many precautions you have to take to minimize that risk. All right, peace out, guys.